do Kevpre, in fact, hear their whale gods singing to them on a regular basis? Large numbers of whales frequent Kevpre waters during the season of light. Smaller numbers of whales and narwhals remain in Kevpre waters year-round. So the animals exist, though it can hardly be said they are proximate to Kevpre habitations, proximate by human standards, which do not apply. It has been well documented that Kevpre are capable of ultrasonic communication over extreme distances. They both emit and detect sounds so low as to be perceptible by humans only as a physical quaking in the skeleton. We will not address the unconfirmed evidence that these extremely low-frequency sounds are capable of instilling fear or dread. The high-pitched shrieks, whistles, clicks, and chirps we commonly associate with Kevpre communication is, in sooth, about as attractive to the Kevpre as a primary means of communication as it is to us. Rigorous, oft-repeated experiments have shown that one Kevpre is able to describe a picture to another of its kind well over 2 kilometers away under ideal circumstances, slowly. Though other explanations have been proffered, telepathic communication, magical messaging, clairvoyance, etc., leading experts agree that the explanation offered by the Kevpre themselves, ultrasonic speech, is most likely fact. Whales are hardly unknown outside of Kevpre. It is unreasonable to assume that the whales seen in ocean waters near other civilizations are the same as those seen around the icy shores of Kevpre territory. Be that as it may, it is not unreasonable to assume that all whales possess certain similar qualities, those self-same qualities by which we accept their inclusion into that group of seagoing beasts we call whales. In point of fact, certain Kevprean cetacea are indistinguishable from those observed elsewhere. Naturalists and sailors agree that whales both make a great deal of noise. Their ability to limit the scope of their shrieks, whistles, clicks, and chirps to one side of the atmospheric oceanic area is poorly understood, though universally accepted, and that the noises they produce bear a striking similarity to those made by Kevpre. What's more, many have attested to a certain buzzing or vibrating of the bones associated with the confluence of submersion and the presence of cetaceans. Few reliable sources contend the same phenomenon exists while both observer and cetacean are out of the water, but that is hardly unexpected given the rarity of that particular set of variables. A rather challenging, read intriguing proposal for proper scientific experimentation is plain. Now, let us combine these known factors. We shall not claim them both as facts, though they are not far kin. It seems logical that whales, as well as Kevpre, communicate over long distances ultrasonically, and that each is capable of hearing the other. It seems hardly possible that whales have much of importance to communicate with each other. Even should we presume some level of cetacean intelligence, we could hardly contend it is intelligence on a level greater than that of a dog, cat, or weasel. No whale tool or habitat has been observed, so it is obvious the beasts have less intelligence than the beaver. We are thankful to Bradal et al. For their work establishing that while Kevpre contend communication with their whale gods, it is not the sort of communication one has with one's family, slave, or pet. Rather, it is the sort of communication one encounters in augury or divination, supposed messages from spirits or a trans-dimensional entity. Where has our journey far, far out on a branch led us? If it has not below you snapped of the weight of our accumulated suppositions, then you have joined us here in arboreality, grappling with this hypothesis. The Kevpre have never known a time when they could not hear and feel the ultrasonic rumblings of the whales who dwell nearby. Just as other cultures have first respected and then revered local creatures, frogs, birds, bears, etc., the Kevpre first respected and then revered the whales. just as some claim to gain information from animal sounds, frog croaking, bird song, bear grunting, etc., the Kevpre came to believe they were gaining information from the whales. That's it, we imagine you are asking. Is that all we've been lured so far a trunk to hypothesize? That Kevpre believe they gain information from the whales? We knew that at the start, and you would be right to ask. So let us try to mollify you with the true line of questioning in which we, out here on the edge, are free to engage. It is reasonable to assume that the Kevpre assertion that they are in near constant communication with higher powers, their gods, is firmly rooted in reality. Why, then, do the Kevpre interpret as insane the messages sent by their gods? Why would any intelligent race choose to possess a belief structure grown from a seed of madness?